Hey, welcome. Today we're going to look at something you probably think you know, but we're about to see it in a whole new way. We're talking about math. And I promise by the end of this, you'll see it's not just some boring school subject. It's something way, way bigger. Let's jump in.
So let's just get right to it with the big question. What is math really? Seriously, forget the homework, forget the tests, all the complicated stuff for just a second. What is it at its very core?
For most of us, we kind of grew up thinking math is just a bunch of numbers. Maybe a little scary, right? But what if the real story is something completely different? What if math is actually the secret language the world uses to talk to us? That's the idea we're going to dig into today. Okay, so to crack this code, we have to look for clues. And our very first clue, it's hidden in a place you would probably never expect to find math: the kitchen. Yep, we're going to find out how math is secretly hiding in the food we make every single day.
Think about it this way. When a chef is baking a cake, they're not just throwing stuff in a bowl. They're using math to perfectly measure the flour, the sugar, everything. In a way, they're performing this delicious mathematical equation. Every amazing cake you've ever had is proof of that precision. So what that really means is that a recipe is basically an algorithm. It's a logical, step-by-step guide to get a certain result. You have to measure just right, you have to add things in the correct order. If you mess with the numbers or the sequence, you don't get a cake, right? You just get a goopy mess. That's math in action.
And look at this. Even a simple little fraction like this holds some serious power. 3/4 of a cup isn't just a number on a page. It's the actual difference between a cake that's light and fluffy and one that's, a hockey puck. That precision, that's a little piece of that secret language we're talking about.
All right, let's find our second clue. We're leaving the kitchen and heading out to the playground. Because it turns out, even something as fun and creative as just playing around is secretly powered by numbers. Get this. Every single time a kid builds a tall tower with blocks, they're not just playing. They're actually experimenting with math and physics. They're becoming these little engineers, and they don't even know it. Let's break that down for a second. First, you're counting the blocks. That's arithmetic, right? Then, you're looking at the shapes, squares, rectangles. That's geometry. And then you have to figure out how to stack them so the whole thing doesn't come crashing down. That's a gut feeling for physics and balance. All of that, that's all math.
So we found math in the kitchen, we found it on the playground. Now let's kind of zoom out and look for the bigger picture here, the hidden patterns that connect everything around us. This is where math gets really, really beautiful.
Just think about any game you love to play. It doesn't matter if it's a board game or a video game, it's all about rules, logic, and strategy. You're constantly thinking about what might happen next, making choices. That entire system is built on a mathematical framework.
But what about something totally creative, like music? I mean, that's just emotion, right? Well, not exactly. At its core, music is pure mathematical patterns. The rhythm, the harmonies, the scales. It's all just ratios and frequencies. Math is literally the invisible architecture behind your favorite songs. How cool is that? And the thing is, we use math like this all the time, without even noticing. When you share a snack with your friend to make sure it's fair, that's division. When you count up your toys, simple counting. Even just looking at a clock to tell the time means you're reading a system of numbers that organizes our entire day. It really is everywhere. Okay, we've gathered the clues, we've been to the kitchen, the playground, we've even found math in music. I think it's time for the big reveal. We're finally ready to unlock the secret code and answer that first question we asked. And here it is. This is the big idea. Mathematics isn't just about numbers. It is the language our world uses to describe itself. From how the planets orbit the sun to the spiral patterns on a sunflower, it's all written in the language of math. So if you take one thing away from all this, let it be this. Math isn't just a subject you have to pass in school. It's a powerful lens. It's a way of thinking, a tool that helps you understand pretty much everything around you with so much more clarity. So I'm going to leave you with this final thought. Now that you're in on the secret, that math is this hidden language of the world, the real question is, where are you going to find it next? Maybe in the park, in your favorite hobby, when you look up at the sky? Once you start looking, I guarantee you'll start seeing it everywhere.